everyone, my name is Mbeteni and I am a homeschooling mom. We have recently chosen to return to homeschooling. We were homeschool family previously, and due to the pandemic, we decided to take the leap and return back to homeschooling. So I'm somewhat of a veteran homeschool mom as I've had previous experience. We have chosen to use Classical Conversations as our homeschooling curriculum of choice. And today I wanted to give you some insight from children who actually are doing the homeschooling curriculum. And then I'll go into a little bit more detail about what homeschooling is like for myself and my family. Welcome to Homeschooling with the Mbeteni family. All right. So we're going to start with my son Henry. He is 12. He recently just completed 5th grade and he would technically be going into 6th grade. And he's going to give you a little bit of insight of what homeschooling means to him and how he feels about homeschooling.
So homeschooling, you know how like some kids are shy when going to school, maybe making a new friend or seeing a new teacher. But with homeschooling, you're technically with your parents. Yes. So that makes you more comfortable. It makes it easier for you, and since they know you, it'll be easier for them to help you with the problem you might have.
So you feel like having a parent, it helps them, they understand your needs, so they can help you a little bit more?
They understand you better.
Good. Excellent. Okay, now we have Camille. She is 7 years old. She just finished 1st grade, so she would technically be going into 2nd. Camille, what does homeschooling mean to you?
So if kids can't go to real school, they can always go to homeschool. And even though they can't see their friends, they can always go to Zoom and talk to their friends.
And then with our curriculum, one of the reasons we chose Classical Conversation is because, as you can see, friends are important to our Camille as well as my other 2 children. And with Classical Conversations, it comes with a social group as well, so you're able to meet those social needs as well. And I'll go into a little bit more detail about that once we complete this. So let's move on to, last but not least, Corinna. She just turned 10 and she just completed 3rd grade, so she would technically be going into 4th. Corinna, what does homeschooling mean to you?
Homeschooling means, since I have dyslexia, it means since I'm with my mom, it helps me a lot because some of my teachers don't understand that a lot. And it also means the time goes slower for homeschooling, and in real school we have to stick on the schedule, so it goes a little faster.
Okay, so you like that we're able to go at your own pace to help you with your dyslexia.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay, I love it. That is some great insight from children who are currently doing homeschooling and how they feel about it. And now I'm going to talk to you in more detail about Classical Conversations and how homeschooling impacts our family directly. Our family chose Classical Conversations not only because I really like the concept of the curriculum, but also because my children are now older than they were when we previously homeschooled. And the social aspect is very important to them. So I wanted to make sure that we're meeting both sides of their needs, not just academically, but also emotionally and spiritually. With Classical Conversations, you find what I call a pod. And in that pod is going to be a group of moms and their children that you meet with once a week to have tutors, or what I call kind of like pseudo teachers, that will go over the concepts for that week. So that way you're able to meet up with other kids, you're able to be in a classroom with other kids, or like a classroom type setting with other children and moms to meet the needs of the social aspects. Outside of that once a week meeting, we also have other activities and field trips, of course pre-COVID, but other activities, field trips that we do and get together so that our children are not at home alone and not meeting and interacting with other children and having peers and connecting and developing friendships. So that was one thing that really drew me to Classical Conversations, is that I didn't have to spend so much extra effort to find other like-minded moms and to find peers for my children, since they wouldn't be able to get that from going to regular public school. The academic side that really drew me to Classical Conversations was the fact that it's foundational based. One thing that I noticed during the whole pandemic and when we were doing e-learning with my children is there were some fundamental foundational concepts that they just really had not grasped fully. There were some phonetical concepts that they were really struggling with, especially my daughter with dyslexia. There were some mathematical concepts that they were struggling with, and one area that I felt all 3 really needed to strengthen was just a sentence structure. And the way Classical Conversations is designed is you go over the same concept 3 times. There's 3 different cycles. So they really hone into repetition and the foundational concepts so that the child is, by the time they're done with that whole cycle, they're really strong in the foundational piece. One good thing that I do love about Classical Conversations is you can contact a mom within your area, and you can go to informal meetings as well as formal meetings to find out more about it, ask questions, meet with moms. I'm happy to talk to anyone or introduce you to the moms in my pod who can help you understand more about what the curriculum does and if it suits your needs. There will definitely be challenges, and you need to remind yourself, as I had to remind myself, is you're not trying to reinvent school at home. You're trying to create a curriculum and a structure and an environment for your child to thrive. And don't forget, you're doing this for the love of your child, and you're doing this because you're trying to fulfill a need that you feel your child had. So you got this. Don't worry about it. You have a tribe of women that are here to cheer you on, and if you ever need some extra encouragement, support, reach out to other homeschooling moms. There are plenty of moms that would be happy to talk to you, be there for you, and keep encouraging you and your child or children. Thanks guys for listening, taking the time to take a peek into our inside homeschooling world, and I wish you all the best of luck, and remember, you got this.